Welcome back to my next video on Vedic astrology. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the effects of the sun if it happens to be in your 9th house. For this purpose, I'm going to use only the Bhava Chart. Does this mean that you can do away with the Rashi Chart? Rashi Chart is the most important chart in your horoscope, and the Rashi Chart will let you know if the sun is exalted or debilitated or in its own sign like in Leo or Simha. Where is it? All this is to be known only from the Rashi Chart. Only for the counting purpose, we use the Bhava Chart. In case you do not know your Bhava Chart, you may download Jagannatha Hora, install it, and feed in your date, time and place of birth, and within a matter of few seconds, you should be able to see your Bhava Chart. So have your Rashi Chart and the Bhava Chart side by side, always.
There are 12 different ways you could have the sun in the 9th house. The one you see on the board is the first one. I've chosen this deliberately because this is the first natural sign. It's called Aries or Mesha Lagna. And if you are a Mesha Lagna person, and then in your Bhava Chart you find the sun in this place, this is the 9th house sun. It may also be in your Rashi Chart in Sagittarius, which means you'll have to read it as the sun is in Sagittarius, 1. And 2, the sun is in the 9th Bhava in the Bhava Chart. So, in the same way, suppose I shift the ascendant to the next sign, Rishabha Lagna. In case you are born in Rishabha Lagna, then this could be sun in the 8th, but we are doing the sun in the 9th here. So the sun has to be here in the Bhava Chart. So counting is always done from the ascendant as number 1, and then you go clockwise. Before continuing any further, I would like to tell you that the 9th house is the house of Dharma. So we have Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, the 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. So the 9th house is, if you want to use the philosophy in astrology, you can say the 9th house is learning. And from what you learn, you pick up your profession, which is your 10th house. And from your profession, you earn money, which is your 11th house. And the 12th house signifies that you will have to eventually lose everything that you have earned. So the 9th house primarily relates to faith, wisdom, fortune, bhagya, philosophy and all those things connected to God and meditation, worship, father especially. Father happens to be your first guru, your teacher. Then the teachings, the scriptures, the grandchildren, that's because it is the 5th from the 5th house. Dreams and visions, usually associated with sleep, and communication with spirits, long journeys, air travel and higher education. Remember that the sun is sattvic in nature. So you'll have to handle the sun in the 9th house in quite a different way from other malefics like Rahu or Ketu or the Saturn or Mars. It's not equivalent to that. So as we expected, Sage Bhrigu in Bhrigu Sutra says that if the sun is in the 9th house, the person will be Suryadi Devata Bhakta, meaning that the person would be a devotee of the sun, and Adi means starting from the sun and downwards. So it represents Lord Shiva and all those forms of gods that have something to do with fire and heat. Dharmikaha, the person would be religious minded, but religion may be an inappropriate word for dharmika. Dharmika means the person would be God conscious or spirit conscious, spiritual by nature, and therefore he might be also religious minded. Alpa Bhagya. Here he changes the track to say that the sun in the 9th does harm the house of fortune, and therefore he reduces the bhagya or the fortune in life by saying Alpa Bhagya. Pitru Dveshi, he says, will be inimical to father. It's surprising on how opposite things could be said within the same text, even before Sage Bhrigu has even spoken about a condition. But I think that we'll have to read in between the lines and find out, maybe if the sun is afflicted, then we'll have to say more on the negative side, and if the sun is beneficially placed, we should pick up only the positive text, the positive statements from whatever he's saying for the sun in the 9th house. Suta-dhaaravan Swachey. Swachey means in its own house, the person would be blessed with good spouse and children. If you read in between the lines, you'll have to understand that if the sun is not favorably placed, then maybe there is some stress relating to the spouse and children. The native's father will be long lived. Swakshetre tasya pita dirghayuha. So if it is in its own sign, then the pita means father, dirghayu means long lived. The native's father will be long lived. He will also be wealthy, bahudhanavan. And then he says, I will take interest in religious rites and meditation. So in modern times, you find a lot of these people having the sun in the ninth house. Either he is joined Isha Yoga, or he's joined Transcendental Meditation, or Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's program. If the sun is posited in his sign of debilitation, Libra, enemy, the sign of its arch rival, maybe Saturn's house, malefic sign, or if he is aspected by a malefic, there will be loss of father. If, on the other hand, if the sun is aspected or associated with a benefic, the father will be long lived. We have very little information on what the sun in the ninth house means from sage Bhrigu. Brihat Jataka, a classical textbook by Sri Varahamira, says that the person concerned will be endowed with children, wealth, and happiness. So here I think Varahamira is hinting, he is probably expecting the sun to be in a beneficial place, because unconditionally he says that these are all, it's good for children, wealth, and happiness. Phaladipika, another classical textbook, says that the father will not be happy and may be short-lived. Here maybe the author was telling us that the sun is afflicted. The native will get happiness from children and relations and will pay respect to Brahmins, religious leaders, and God. Saravali says the native will be wealthy, blessed with children, devotee of Brahmins and God, or godly people or holy people, and inimical towards mother. Chamatkar Chintamani. The native will be an evil person. He will always be mentally worried. He will perform religious rites unwillingly and will suffer from the hands of his real brothers. So Saravali and Chamatkar Chintamani, there is some difference, whereas Brihat Jataka and Phaladipika is okay, because whatever has been at least stated by sage Bhrigu has been said again in a different context.
I hope you have gained some knowledge in Vedic astrology by watching this video. And in case you have any doubts, please type them out in the comment section. And whenever I find the time, I'll answer them for you.